Hi everyone! So it is Tuesday, which means it is time for a Tuesday Talks. So, I have my mug, and let's begin. So, Tuesday Talks is a Goodreads group created by Mrs. J. Rods Reads and Bookworms Buddy. And the topic for this week, today, is required reading that you actually enjoy. Now, I'm trying to think back to what we read in school that I enjoyed, because I know we did a lot of individual reading time and stuff. I more remember a lot of class reading when I was a lot younger, like first grade. I think maybe second and third. In certain classes we did read stuff together, but it's kind of like a lot of excerpts from books versus full books. You know, like when you have those workbooks and everything, and they have passages and stuff from actual books, but you're not reading the novel and everything. We did a lot of that. But there were a couple of times that we did read a book as a class, or were required to read one. And I think it was 7th grade, we had a class called Language Arts Enrichment. And I loved that class. I really did. We read a very, very short chapter book called Morning Girl, which was about a Native American girl and her brother. Very middle grade for kids, basically. But like I said, we were in 7th grade. But I didn't enjoy that story. When I was at a school called Santa Lucia, which we basically called St. Lucy's. It was a Catholic school, as you probably can tell, in Chicago. And oddly enough, our required reading that they gave us was actually Harry Potter, which kind of breaks the whole Catholic schools and witchcraft kind of thing. But yeah. I love Harry Potter. I wasn't totally into it, though, when I was reading it, but that's because we kind of had a time limit, and, I had never really read anything that big before. I read, a lot of Goosebumps and stuff like that, basic chapter books, but this was kind of, the first, bigger book I was reading. I didn't hate it, but it's just, with the time and everything, I just didn't get to enjoy it the first time around. So, I picked it up again, and I tried it, and then I fell in love with it, and then, it's been a while, but I'm continuing to read the series, so, if I didn't have that, I might not have read Harry Potter at all. So yeah, there was Morning Girl, there's Harry Potter. I think pretty much every school, or at least a lot of them, have read Flat Stanley, and that's a cute story. Who didn't love Flat Stanley? I mean, how fun was that? In my 8th grade class, we read a story. I don't know if it was called The Jade Owl or something like that, but I could have sworn it had an owl and jade in it. And it was basically about a girl, I believe she was Chinese, and she went to live with her grandmother, and I can't remember the whole story, but it was an enjoyable story. There was a book in my 9th grade class, English period, we read called Join In, which was multicultural stories, short stories. And for the longest time, I couldn't remember what the hell that book was called. I really liked the stories in it. Then, not too long ago, I remembered, and that I have to order, because I really did enjoy it. So, those were basically the required reading that we read as a class, or by ourselves. A lot of the other books I read in school, but they were more individual picks. You know, you read a book, you wrote about it, this and that, but those were like the whole class read or were read to kind of things that I enjoyed. So, yeah. So, I am so thirsty. Ugh. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.